Seen a thing saying Andre's agreed personal terms with us. Yeah, so let me address that for a sec. I seen a prominent Liverpool channel using Indie as a reference point for this story about personal terms being agreed. So I hope that personal terms have been agreed with Liverpool and Andre, but I definitely wouldn't be basing that off anything that Indie is putting out there into the world. I mean, I don't even know I was so shocked when I seen it. I didn't know what to say. But look, the most important thing, I guess, in this whole story is that we want to sign Andre, and let's start with a conversation about Andre tonight, actually, because I do have my own notes on Andre Trinidad. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, the best VPN on the market. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location to access websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries or other streaming platforms like DAZN in Spain for all those important Premier League games. Surfshark keeps you safe and private by protecting everything you do online. Everything. When your device connects to the internet, all that information is, in a way, blurred out. Surfshark is particularly useful for keeping you safe from being hacked if you use public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're in a cafe, you're at college, you're out and about, they've got you covered. Surfshark allows you to use one subscription on unlimited devices, meaning you can share your account with friends or family or that neighbour who's a little bit cheap. On top of all of this, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade to Surfshark One, which includes the VPN, an alert system for breaches related to your data, such as emails and credit cards, and an antivirus software for your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark VPN for a little over €2 a month, and you'll get an additional 3 months free. Simply scan the QR code on screen right now or use the link in the description and enter the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. So look, from my understanding, Liverpool are still favourites to sign him. Arsenal are interested. Fluminense play in the Copa Libertadores final in, I think it's early November, November 4th, something like that. So they're going to play in that, and that's their focus right now. That's why they wanted them to stay there. They play Boca Juniors in the Copa Libertadores final. And then, if my memory's right, I think around December time, the Serie A in Brazil comes to a conclusion, and then we should make our move. You need to be respectful, obviously, allow the man to have his focus on trying to win that massive title with his club. And then Liverpool have December to hopefully get that deal agreed, ready to go. And then as soon as the window opens, boom, we have Andre. That's what I hope happens in this scenario. So yeah, look, I'm confident, but I mean, look, I'd love for the agreement to be in place. I just personally, at this moment in time, I don't know of an agreement in place that's been agreed. I hope there is, though. Brandon Pereira said, I think you meant to say Redman TV used the tweet as a potential reference. I wouldn't use the tweet to wipe me arse, mate. There's no potential reference for me in that scenario. And look, I'm glad they put a disclaimer on that, but my own take on anything about that account, and when I say account, I don't mean Redmen, nothing but respect. I wouldn't wipe my arse with anything that person has to say, and I wouldn't bring it to you guys as a reference point. So I just found it astonishing. But again, as I said, no disrespect intended anywhere outside of the Indie account, in which case I very, very much do think it's I don't even think it's a serious account. At least it didn't start off that way. Maybe, they're trying to fool the world into thinking they are a serious account at this point. I don't know. Maybe they've changed hands. I really don't understand the whole fascination with it, but I certainly would never use it as a point to bring to you guys. That's all I can really say on it, I guess. It's not up to me, but it was just I was sent a screenshot of it and I just found it very unusual. Right, so Ezequiel Fernandez. We've mentioned before that Alexis McAllister is obviously a big fan of Ezequiel Fernandez, and he's been speaking before and he said, if you ask me a little bit about my style, there's one player I like a lot, and that's Ezequiel Fernandez. He's a player who has all the conditions to come to Europe one day, and hopefully it can be given to him. So that was when he was at Brighton, playing for Brighton.
Now, Gazzetta Italia, this time I think it's Gazzetta dello Sport, they've said that Liverpool are obsessed with the idea of signing Ezequiel Fernandez. I've got to be honest, hands up, guys. I don't know much about Ezequiel Fernandez. It's great that he's getting a glowing reference from Alexis McAllister. It's great that he's speaking so highly of his international compatriot, but I'm looking to you guys for help on this one because I don't know next to anything. I know the Boca Junior shirt is amazing. I've always loved that, and he looks good in it, but other than that, I know he's a midfielder, and that's it. I don't know much more about Mr. Ezequiel Fernandez, so I'm hoping that you guys can maybe fill in some of the blanks for me on that one. Ezequiel is more of an 8 in my opinion. Moscardo or Redondo are the ideal 6s from South America. Thank you, Philly, for that one. So look, I think we have our search for the number 6 we want in Andre Trinidad, you know. And I think we're going to get Andre over the line. I'm very hopeful for it. And the timings all kind of add in here, make sense. Was, as I mentioned, the Copa Libertadores November, then their league finishes, the Brazilian league, in December, and that would be Liverpool free then to discuss a deal with Fluminense for hopefully very early in the January window. Najstar said we should have got Inacio in the summer. So it is a strange one that we're still being linked to Gonzalo Inacio because, you know, he signed that release or signed the new contract with a higher release clause. So it baffles me. I'd love somebody like I don't know, a David Ornstein, a Neil Jones, a James Pearce, a Paul Joy, somebody to come out and tell us if we are seriously interested in Inacio, because truth is I don't know, and it would make me angry. I can't say any other way. It would really make me angry if Liverpool signed him now for €20 million more than you could have got him for 6 months ago. It would just seem like the height of stupidity, in my opinion. And I can't see Sporting negotiating downwards because that was the whole point of getting him to sign the new deal. So, as I said, it'd be nice to just hear from somebody who has a greater understanding of where Liverpool's transfer objectives are to let us know, because I have no idea on Inacio. Would Andre be a starter in this team? It's a very good question, Lee, because it's gonna, like, let's imagine we sign Andre Trinidad, right? So we've got Andre Trinidad available. So let's say we play Andre Trinidad. Then you've only got 2 spots left in that midfield. And you've got Ryan Gravenberch, you've got Alexis McAllister, you've Dominic Szoboszlai, you've Curtis Jones, you've Harvey Elliott. I'm not going to include Bajcetic in that mix because Bajcetic would probably be in the mix for the number 6 spot with Endo, Andre Trinidad and himself. So, I mean, it's good headaches, but it's also difficult to see how you get everybody the fans, would want on the pitch at the one time. But you could never argue about strength and depth. I mean, you can never have too many players, too many good players. Well, I guess maybe you can if you're Chelsea. Mr. Mikel Antonio has been speaking about Liverpool again, and you think he'd have learned his lesson, right, Mr. Antonio? Last time he spoke about Liverpool and gave you the big, and he put on the invisibility cloak when he came to play against us. But this time, I kind of agree with him. So what Antonio's had to say is that Jarrod Bowen would be the perfect replacement for Mohamed Salah. A direct quote is he's quality, left-footed, plays on the right side like Salah. So he probably is the perfect replacement, but isn't going to be easy to get him out. And that's a fair point from Mr. Antonio because Bowen signed a new deal with West Ham. So it wouldn't be easy to get him out, but I'm going to win you guys around on this one. Those who are doubting the fit of Jarrod Bowen into this Liverpool team, I'm going to keep chipping away at you week by week, bit by bit, stream by stream, until you all admit that he'd be a good fit. Because, you know, I know his name's not sexy because it's not foreign, and he's at West Ham, but he's such a good quality player, and I think he'd be an absolute ideal fit in our system if we lost a great man. Bowen is class, said Dragonite73. I do like Bowen, just being honest, said Otto. I think Bowen could be sensational in Liverpool. I've no idea what it may cost. I have a figure in my head, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, for me, £60 million is a number that I think I'd be comfortable with if Liverpool bought Jarrod Bowen. Now, of course, again, all of this is based off if we lose Mohamed Salah. LFC Mule said no to Bowen. Would you care to elaborate as to why? Because if you look at it from a metrics point of view, he ticks the boxes. He's defensively aware. He's a left-footed player coming in off the right. He's got a good goals and assists return. He's relatively injury-free. He will cover every blade of grass on the pitch. He shines every time he takes a step up in level. I don't see the definitive no's. I understand doubt. I understand people saying I'm not sure. That's fine, but sometimes we just have to look at the numbers and the style of play, and he always struck me as a Jurgen Klopp type player. Ross said, only problem with Bowen is that I don't see him getting 20 goals a season. So I don't think we should expect anybody we sign to do Mohamed Salah numbers, because Mohamed he's an outlier. There aren't many that do his numbers. So I wouldn't expect anybody we sign, whether that's Jared Bowen, Rodrigo, Adeyemi, anyone. I wouldn't expect those numbers that the great man puts up.